Hey, how you doing? I mean, you know who it is at this point if you've watched any of the other videos. But no, I figured out, yeah, might as well go ahead and do a zombie video. That way I can actually be good. Because if you watch the second video that I posted, I got fully bent over, raw dog, and shafted by everybody, it seems. It's just, I don't know. Like I say, sometimes I can multitask fairly well, and I'll still have good games while talking other games. I'm not good at all. And I mean, I could be good, but I don't think it'd be very entertaining for you just to sit here and listen to me breathe. So I figure, yeah, might as well hop on zombies for a little bit. I ain't gonna stay on it too long just 'cause I got stuff to do today. So this will probably be my last video for the day, more than likely. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll get on later tonight just 'cause I really want to try to get out as much content as I can and really just get a feel for the whole experience in general of making videos and, you know, trying to entertain or teach. But yeah. Yeah, anytime you see me play zombies, if like especially like with this map, I play this map a lot just because it's one of the more fun maps, especially with playing as being with always having the shovel. But I mean, you'll watch. I'll always do the exact same type of routines, but that's how I do everything in life. It's very routine based person because it makes life makes it a little easier. You know what you're doing at certain times. Like obviously, there's things that I don't know. Obviously, I mean, work is random. I mean, but I wake up, I do the exact same routine. Wake up, I turn off my AC unit, let my dog out of the room. She gets on the couch. I go, use the bathroom, brush my teeth, comb my beard, or, if I have it at that moment. After that, I'll, go out the room and start doing everything else. So I'm a very routinely based person. So whenever it comes to playing games, that's just something that I've always done. So every time I play this map, I jump off the containers. Every once in a while, I'll stay on the container for a while, and I'll, rack up points because you can kind of filter 'em a little easier that way at times. You stand in the correct places, but I jump off the container, cut on the portal, go get the change, and then I just slaughter. And then as I unlock each new part of the map, like as soon as I take off from here, I will be, doing the exact same thing I always do. I'll get the change from Juggernaut as I'm drinking it, run up, buy it. I'll hit Speed Cola by the door, get the change from Tombstone, but don't buy Tombstone because I don't usually like that app, so I usually buy it last. After that, get Quicker Bob, teleport, and just continue that way. Makes the game a little bit easier though, but really, I mean, like compared to old school zombies, like it's so easy. Like just got you see them, you swing, you watch out, react. You see if they're about to swing, you step backwards. You see your gaps, shoot your gap. And just kind of, I mean, it's I don't know. Which this is definitely my favorite melee weapon. If second would probably have to be the tunnel sword, and after that I have no idea. I mean, if you go classics, then obviously it'd be the Bowie knife. 'Cause I used to like, especially like in transit when I used to play, I would always jump off at the little shack to the side and get the Bowie knife, and man, like it was top tier. Like that's one thing I wish that they would bring back is transit. Transit was cool as hell, and like the fact that I've seen Nuketown 150 times since Black Ops 2, but I ain't seen Transit once, like, it's definitely not fair. Transit was the bee's knees, so we should definitely have another chance to play it, especially it being remastered. Man, that'd be cool. But yeah, I guess only time will tell. I mean, I guess Call of Duty don't care to change much, just still making money off the same crap they've been doing. Really what it is. It seems like all these last games have been all about the exact same. Like right now, I mean, there's Vanguard and the new Modern Warfare out. But I still like, my dad got both of them, and he said multiplayer ain't that bad, but me, I prefer zombies for starters at this point. I used to prefer multiplayer, but now I prefer zombies. Uh, So, I mean, there's just no reason to play it because it's just the same games over and over. Which I liked about this one, though, is the fact that you can change your field of view, you can, change different things like that. I thought that was pretty cool because that's not something that you could do in the early zombie games. Also, the fact that you can get all the perks. Like, man, old school Black Ops, no way. They had freaking you had four if you're lucky, and you did not have much room for error. You got hit twice, you were dead. If you got Juggernaut, you got hit four times, you were dead. Grenades did not work one bit. The grenades were just rocks after a certain point, probably like around six. Damn it. Hate hitting those. If you're a zombie player and you hit those on purpose through mid rounds, you should quit. That is horrible. Such a lack, like all that money that just died. Uh, but no, I mean Black Ops 2 and those games, like you had to be on it. So after playing those and getting to the point where you're good at those, these games are nothing. It's just clockwork, really. Go through, do the same things, just react, kill zombies. Damn, my finger hurts. One good thing too, me playing this way, I ain't gotta freaking use my cut finger. If you don't know, I mentioned it in the first video, but yeah, yesterday I was at work cutting base for an addition that we built. Kind of on the end stages right now. We're doing paint touch ups, mudding, uh, base, shoe mold. We pretty much just trim, shall I say. Uh, then we got to build a deck there. We got to get a backhoe. That way we can get all the damn trash up from the demolition process of the project. But no, I was cutting base and trying to hurry up. And I do it all the time in construction. I mean, and it's bound to happen. So you gotta get used to it. Like I can't tell you how many times I've been stabbed or sliced or whatever else. But yeah, I was trying to hurry up a chop saw and I freaking went down and when I went to grab the piece, my finger nicked the blade because I thought the guard was down in place. So my left index finger is like all kind of chewed up right now. So one good thing about using a shovel is I can let that finger really rest. Like I could use a little bit playing the I see like that right there. I just used it to teleport and it did not help. Ignore the pause. My music's cutting out in the background. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. But yeah, no, I mean, finger's not too bad. I mean, it's nothing. I always get hurt. Like there's one time I had a utility knife and I was, dang nabbit. Okay, I'm gonna spawn in and take off probably. I should have so much more money. Two moves, two. But no, yeah, I've stabbed a utility knife straight into my hand, full blade into the left side of my hand. I've sliced off my left index knuckle with the utility blade. And that one sucked because after I did it, it didn't cut all the way through, so I had dead skin. So I had to get my friend to essentially saw it off with the utility knife, uh, while he's doing a project for a very, very nice place, shall I say. And yeah, it was rough. But I mean, accidents happen. It happens all the time. But so yeah, pain is definitely no friend. But I prefer not to feel it if I can. But I mean, I don't mind cuts as bad. It's burns I can't stand. And I mean, I burn myself a lot because I got a Ninja 500 that I ride. That's my main form of transportation currently. And I tell you, all the time, well, not all the time, but more frequently than I would prefer, my legs would hit the damn mufflers, and man, it's like instant pound. There was one time, I was driving into my yard, and my building is, it's down the grass on a grass hill, and I was going down it, and the bike stalled out, and it made it. lay over it, and I pretty much laid it down gently, like, I had control of it, but I couldn't balance it anymore, and as I do it, my legs had to lock close, and man, it touched that muffler, and I pretty much had to peel my leg off of it. Like, it's a permanent burn now on my left calf, but, no, it's lovely. So, yeah, burns are a no-go. Like, whenever I got in a motorcycle wreck, that's what I had, like I said, third-degree burns more than likely on my hands. Like, it was horrible, and, I had it on both hands, but my right hand was nowhere near as worse as my left, and this is it's crazy because before I felt this pain that I'm explaining, I already knew it, like, I was anticipating it because of how the whole process happened, so I begun, and at first I had peroxide, and I used it on my right hand, it didn't hurt at all. I missed a part. I know which one I missed, I was not paying attention. Uh, but I was having to use peroxide at first, but I didn't have much, and after that, all I had was alcohol. I don't know if it must have used alcohol and cuts or burns, but it's horrible, and I knew it was gonna be bad because I poured the peroxide on my right hand. It didn't hurt at all. Poured on my left hand, and it stung like hell. And so, after oh, damn it, I did not do that right. I shoved back right into it. But after I ran out, I had to use the alcohol, and I poured it first on my right hand, and it hurt extremely. So I was sitting there looking at my left hand, and I knew it was about to be horrible. So basically, I ended up getting a gauze wrap, putting it in my mouth, and biting it down, and I poured it on my left hand. Now, when I tell you, it was the most extreme pain ever. It was it hurt so bad, like, I coulda stomped my foot through the floor, uh, with the pain, like, it was horrible. So, yeah, no, I don't mess with burns. I really don't, uh, it happens, but, man, it sucks horribly. But, yeah, no, I mean, the cut, it hurts, like, this one's it's definitely a new version of cut because all my other ones have been, like, clean slices or stabs. This one is more like the teeth on the blade kinda chewed it up a little bit. So it's more of like a little chunk kinda coming out. So, because of that, I mean, kind of, it's a good way to get free weapons if y'all ain't know. Uh, but my like, the finger, it's a different type of pain because it's not just a slice, but it's still just pain, and I can ignore it enough at this point to where I can play basically with it. Because like I say, I got, like, a broke hip, I still play basketball. My knees are blown out from tile and arthritis, and I still play basketball. I weight lift. All of my joints hurt, my shoulders, my, feet, my toes, my hands cramp up, my, back has a bunch of issues from, just things over time, like, my elbows hurt really bad, like, everywhere there's issues, but being a master of mind, you can ignore a lot of stuff, like, people be surprised how much the human body can go through, it's just the mind that's what you got to train. Also, if you didn't know about this place, the reason why I'm doing this is because after it's full, you go behind it and do it because it takes time for the dragon to eat it. And if the dragon takes too much time, it takes too much time to take off. It takes too much time to take off. You run out of time to get everything out of the box. There's been a lot of times where I've unlocked stuff and I've just kind of watched it as what's it called, as I run out of time. Which I don't know. They might have fixed it because it seems like now, every time I have played recently, I've had plenty of time, but I also do the same method, so I don't really know, and I'm not gonna risk it. But yeah. As I was saying, used to pain at this point, I mean, like I said, it's crazy how much the body can take that people don't fully grasp or realize because they're so afraid and let them miss out on life. But I try to push my limits as much as I can. especially working out. Like I'm not big, like so don't assume an appearance. I mean, I'm sure eventually I will reveal how I look, but no, I'm not big, but I'm definitely not small. And where I'm at, I'm appreciative of it because I was always really skinny when I was a kid, and then I got fat after high school because I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. You get comfortable. Uh, at the time I was living with one of my best friends, and we had a deep fryer, so we was deep frying everything. We was either doing that or we was ordering Domino's because we didn't have bills. So yeah, no, yeah, I got chubby, but now I mean I'm content with how I look. Like I'm appreciative with how I look, but I'm going to get bigger for sure. I don't want to be too big because I don't want to lose my athleticism, my speed, and things like that. But I definitely want to get some size. Main thing is I want to work out. Like my leg wise, I want to be able to dunk. Like, especially being a shorter player for basketball, I would love to dunk. In high school, I could smack backboard, but now like I said, with the knees, and waist, it makes it difficult to jump. So I'm trying to strength train and run, trying to get my everything to kind of work a little better. Plus, I'm looking into alternative methods of healing, just because, like I said, I can't really afford the typical way of healing because, freaking hospital, it costs so much. Like, I've heard so many stories from people that just they have to pay all this money just to get help, which is it's crap. But so I'm looking at other things. Like, the main thing I'm looking into is, frequencies, vibrations, things of that nature. Because if you didn't know, atoms and the whole world runs on frequencies. Colors have frequencies. Everything is frequency based. That's why like everything around us is alive if you technically speak, because they're all made out of atoms and every atom is vibrating at a certain frequency. And like there's even been a study where they do with plants and you put a plant from a certain, two like a mother and father, and that plant will grow more aggressively. And then you find another set of two plants with a different mother and father, and it it reacts differently because it's like it has different personality traits. Same way how plants can absorb light and release things, just because the world is a living and breathing organism. Everything in the world, it all works together and it all tries to make I mean, damn, how do I explain it? The world system is designed by an ultimate designer, which is God, to function and flow effortlessly and correctly. And outside of mankind's interruption with a lot of things, it does so. Uh, and that's one thing people get upset when they hit deers or things of that nature. To me, the deer was there first. The forest was here first, and mankind came and put a road right in the middle. I mean, the earth was healthy. Mankind came and built power plants and toxic waste and so many other things. And thinking about everything through that perspective, like you see a lot more value in everything. And that's like with everything being vibrational and having frequencies and stuff like that, I'm going into it with an open mind. I don't know yet. I have to get different tuning forks and things of that nature and try to really see. I don't have fast people. I don't need to get that. But I I'm looking into it with open heart. Like I have one tuning fork, which is I think 532 hertz, which is, I think it's supposed to be the God frequency is what it's called. But I want to get them all and I want to test them and I need to like look into it, how long it's supposed to do it, things of that nature. If it does work though, I will 100% be telling y'all just because Man, I know what it's like to live with body pain. It sucks. I'm always hurting. That's why like I get off of work, I sit down and relax usually after the gym, but that's more just mental thing. It's more of a mental break from life. But no, I I'm always hurt, always tired when I'm awake. So I can't really let me miss out on life too much. Because if I let it, I'll sit on the couch all day, every day because I'm in pain. But so I try to push through. But if I can figure out ways to help, especially outside of because like there's no way like you think we just now have modern medicine and all this technology, but people have been healthy and people have been healing for generations upon generations. And there's been people who has cured cancer and cured AIDS with frequencies. So if they can do that, then why not go into it and look at it? Just approach it. Just see, damn it. Damn it. Arrgh. I'm gonna keep going. I don't even know how long I've been playing so far. Not that long. I'm only around 18. Yeah, see. That usually I would have pushed the damn my ether shroud, but my dang on finger don't feel the best. It's alright though. It don't matter. That's one thing too about this game. Like I was explaining earlier about how Black Ops 2 and 1 was so much harder. Uh, this game, man, you can infinite self-revives basically. You do it right. Don't go down consistently. Can instantly, get the things that you need. You can also get hit while you're trying to restock up. If you're not fast enough. Got one coming up behind you. That's one thing too. I think makes a good zombie player. If you can post up in any room, then yeah, no, you're doing it right. That's really all it is. It's just training and reacting. Like, so you step, you're gonna swing. So if you step in and then back out, and kind of like, like a two-step kind of thing, where you do, I mean, obviously do what I'm doing. Uh, you can time it, and then their animation will start, and after that, you just do your thing. Alrighty then, let's get back on track. I need to get another gun. I can't stand playing with this. This for LMG. I forgot the name of it is. What's that? M60. Yeah, I mean it's strong, but it's heavy. Takes too long. Preference wise, I'm going assault rifles. It's like assault rifles. Krieg. Uh, it's called the Grav, Fargo. Those just because they're powerful. They're plenty of bullets. But top priority, I'm usually going shotgun for the power. Kind of clear out the crowd type of thing. Uh, uh, but yeah, no, it's wild that this world we're living in. Ladies and gents, like the fact we got people, you go to a doctor and ask them to cut your arm off because you felt like you shouldn't have it, they call you crazy. But you want to cut your meat off, then you're a hero. Like it's it makes no sense. Like I don't know how many genders they believe there is now, but it's retarded. Like if people walking around dressed as animals, like you're born how you're born. Like it's a factual thing. It's not something that opinions change. Opinions do not change facts. That is the good part about facts is that they're always factual. They're always right. That's like you saying that you don't believe the sky is blue. It doesn't matter what you believe because it's a fact. Same thing, being a boy and a girl. It's one or the other. Either have double X chromosomes, you have X and Y. Either you have a 90-degree hip angle or you have a 120-degree hip angle. Like it's your biology. You have no say so. So it's wild, just the world that we're living in and everything. Like I don't believe the moon landing ever happened. Uh, there's a lot of things that are really just it makes it questionable. Like the fact they had it was a 7 week. I think it was a week trip, or it's let me a little more about it. 4 up, 4 down, something like that. But they had pictures posted in the newspaper the second day of the supposable landing. There's no way they would have got the footage. Also, there's always the infamous phone call where they're talking, and he's like, one small step, you know, one small step for man, one giant step for mankind. But how was he on a phone call when he was out of the hemisphere? Which I don't believe that we can even leave the hemisphere. I think there's a firmament. I think that we are closed off to a lot of space. Uh, hurry up. There we go. Remember that this one's a secondary. But I think that we're closed off to a lot of things. I think we can observe it, and I think within time there may be a chance. But I do not think we've been to the moon. Another thing, JFK, but that's another thing I believe is an inside theory or inside job. That's a lot of things. A lot of the things people they call them conspiracy theories, but everything comes from truth. There's always a fraction of truth in it. So if you look into some of these things and look into it with an open mind, you will see that this world is insane. Like Illuminati, Freemasons, just how the IRS and tax are all crooks, things of that nature. Like I believe in all of it. It all makes too much sense, and people are just so blind to it. They just believe everything they hear from social media, which is, man, it's ridiculous the kind of stuff you can see. And like people just believe it because they think it's true, or the news programs that all say the exact same thing because they're all pushing the exact same, story. Uh, and then of course you got all the music industry and Hollywood all pushing the exact same view and the exact same story. And then you got uh who else? There's anything that's of mass popularity or politicians on more uh you know Biden side obviously they all push the exact same thing. It's constant, consistent. It's too much of a consistency to not be intentional. Like, I mean, I don't know, you can be blind if you want to, but it walks like a duck and talks like a duck. It's a duck. The truth serum. What? It's just semi-inventory response. What? It is. What? Oh, it's because yeah, you can't do that if you can teleport or yeah, exfil, shall I say? You know, another thing too. If you ever play how I play, uh, whenever you're in ether shell, boy, that's the main thing. It's always good to do is try to take out the bosses. But yeah, no, this world really is crazy. Like, see, something's got to be up if the world don't agree with anything except for two things, and they have a treaty on it, and it's space and Antarctica. That's the only thing everybody agrees on. They all agree that they have to share. They can keep all space stuff to themselves. Everything concerning all the quote unquote missions, and which I mean through NASA, which I don't know if anybody knows, but NASA actually means deceit in Hebrew. And then you have the two red wipes going down the back of the NASA logo, which is the tongue of a serpent. Uh, with all these groups, they use symbolism and just small things. Like they tell you right in your face through shows. Like, I think it's a coincidence that Simpsons just happen to have gotten all these things right. Like, there's no such thing as coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Coincidence is illogical. It doesn't make sense. They tell us, but they blow it off as as a joke, or if it's just like, oh, they're doing it for attention or entertainment. But in reality, they're showing their true colors, and they're showing that they're trying to brainwash as many people as they can to turn as many people away from God as they can. That's why now in 2024, I mean, everybody is so damn broken, and just everybody has anxieties, and everybody's falling apart. People can't live without being on drugs, and people can't be social. Like everybody is addicted to their phones. Like people driving, people in stores, nobody lives in the moment anymore, except a very, very, very small and select few. And it's truly wild that no one can see the truth behind it all and the fact that there is a motive being pushed. I don't know about other countries, I have no idea, but in the States it definitely is. The fact that we're getting taxed so much on everything, like we get taxed on stuff we buy, stuff we sell, we get taxed on our own property, we have to go through the government to build on our own property. We have to go through the government to make changes to your property. The government makes you, you know, keep your property to a certain standard. They have so much control over us. We're just in a big prison. That's all it is. Like a lot of people, they might not like him, but I'll listen to Andrew Tate too. He says a lot of smart things. He knows what he's talking about. But the the influence that there is, they pushed him as a public enemy because he does tell the truth. A lot of these things, like it's all for a reason. Like it's a distraction. Like same thing with all this whole Diddy case that's going on. It's absolutely crazy, but he's been doing this for years. Why are they exposing him now? Because they didn't want the Epstein list to get exposed because it exposed all these politicians. You think it's just a coincidence that this all happened? The Epstein list completely disappeared. No one talks about it anymore. It's not, you don't see it on the internet no more. It was there for a brief moment, but then the whole thing happened with Diddy. And there's been proof that Diddy's been doing this for a long time, but nobody cared until like, now, yeah, let's go ahead and open it because they do it. Like they know that they're doing this. There's people of power who go to these parties for Diddy and everything else and do all these evil things. They're all incorporated with Hollywood, but they don't care because they make money from it. They just use it until it's not convenient anymore. They're like, okay, you know what now? Yes, this right here, this gun I will definitely keep. But ooh, I should trade it for my secondary. I ain't got time right now. But no, they just did it. And maybe I did have time. But they did it. They do it out of convenience. But all this stuff, they know about all of it. It's all in correlation, and they're trying to blind you. That's why, like, another reason why I wanted to do this because I want to help awaken as many people as I can. Everybody is asleep, and I'm trying to help unlock people's minds to the reality of the world that we're living in because I've been through it, I've experienced it, and I've learned, and I have broken out. Like the Matrix is a true thing. Like we are living in it. They are pushing it, they are promoting it. Devil is really good at what he does, and he has brainwashed so many people. Everybody is shells in himself. All these people, I mean, any group. You can go Black Lives Matter, you can go Nazis, you can go, you know, white supremacists, you can go the LGB, whatever the hell they are now, community. I mean, you can go for any of them, and they're all they're all broken if you truly look at people. Like people put up a face, make it like they're happy, but people don't really know what's best for them. That's the issue. Everybody's mind is morphed. Like there's nothing. I believe there's nothing wrong with being. Well, I gotta be delicate with how I describe this. I have no issue with gay, bisexual, things like that. I do with the trans. The trans is a little much because one, it's delusional and they push it so hard on children. I don't understand why the gay community likes to push sexual beliefs on children. Uh, I don't think it should be straight, gay. I don't think any belief should be pushed on children. I don't think any of that should be pushed on children in general, besides whatever the parent believes, because the parent's the one who's raising them and it's their child. They're the only one who has a right to push a influence on them. But I don't know why everybody pushes. They just try to push it on kids. So I'm more against that one. But like gay and bi, I have no issue with. My whole thing is I know that there's a reason why built male and female. One's masculine energy, one's feminine energy. There's a balance that comes with the universe, and in that balance is where you find, the good types of things. And like that's a reason why I think God is against gay marriage, not because he doesn't want you to be happy, but because he knows that you're not going to reach the full potential of being happy without it, because you can't have a kid of your own in that. You can't have that masculine and feminine connection through that. And like personally, I think like there's a reason for people being gay or whatever else. Like it'd be hard for me to logically say people are born that way just because you don't see animals doing it. You don't see nothing in nature doing it besides humans. And it wasn't a thing humans did until the last, I mean, the last 20 years, 15 years, it's been very much popular. It's become it's really popular now. Like it's very open. Like they've made it okay by, showing it more and more. But initially, a lot of people as kids, it's unnatural. So it makes you feel a certain way. And I think with certain things that happen in life, it just makes you do that. Like maybe you just get your heart broke too many times from the opposite gender. Maybe you realize how crappy people are. Maybe you was molested, or maybe you was raped, or whatever else. Like all of these things impact how people view and perceive life. I know because I was molested when I was younger too. So I mean, I know that caused a lot of issues with me in my life, but that's why also I believe everything. It's all for a reason. Like I mean, I know everybody wants to be happy. Everybody wants to be accepted by a person. Everybody wants to be loved. Like that is things that are a unanimous decision when it comes to the human species. Is love, being chosen. Like everybody can front and act like they don't care for it, don't want it. Everybody wants to be chosen. Everybody wants to have a person who truly cares for them, and who chooses them every time. Uh, so I think stuff like that is the reason why people do, you know, they do go down those roads. But I believe that if you can heal from it, then it's good to. But if you can't, then you can't. Well, that's one thing a lot of people have such a misconception about God. God never said that you can't be saved if you're gay. God never said you can't be saved if you're trans or if you're anything of that nature, because God knows that we're human. That's why God came down in the form of Jesus and lived the human life so he could experience it with as we have, and that way he could relate, because he knows we're flawed. To be human is to be flawed. That is mankind. And through that, uh, God understands. But the only unforgivable sin is dying without knowing Christ. That is the only thing you have to believe. Christ is who he says he is. Believe he is the Son of God. Believe he rose from the dead, and believe he came to save us. And you believe that, you are granted salvation. Sometimes you don't have a emotional feeling like me. Like I say, I struggle with emotion. I always have. So when it came to me, my whole me being saved is based on logic. I've always been a skeptic. I've always been hesitant towards things. Like I never followed the curve. I never followed trends. I never listened to people just to listen to people. Like it had to make sense. And after getting to a point where I couldn't do it by myself anymore, getting to a point where it was either find an answer to life or end life, I found the truth. And since then, I have grown in a remarkable way. And I thank God for that because He has saved me. I can say I am now at peace a majority of the time compared to 4 or 5 years ago. It wasn't like that. I was miserable majority of the time. I was broken. I was angry. I was sad. I was confused. Like all these emotions are not of God. Like God just wants us to be at peace. God is trying to help us through His love, and that message has been corrupted and changed to where people believe you have to cut everything off to follow God and be perfect to follow God. When in reality, no one's perfect. No one will ever be perfect. But if you give God a chance and you go at it with an open heart and apply it to your life, you see the difference night and day. I mean, I'm just speaking from experience. Uh, I mean, it's a hard thing to kind of grasp. But if you look at all the facts, like just the facts, like everybody, like if everybody sees a computer, let's say you're looking at a computer, right? You don't think that computer was built by chance. There's no way. It's too complicated. The technology, how it works, how it runs off itself, it all points to a creative designer. That's the same thing with the universe. It's a creative designer. There's how the ecosystem works, the food chain works, how flowers work, how plants work to heal us, how trees work to give us oxygen. Like it all works together too perfectly in order for it to be an accident. I mean, in my opinion, like there's no way. Like it's too complex to happen by chance. So atheism within itself, that whole viewpoint, in my opinion, is absolutely ridiculous. And I think it's pushed on the masses because they want you to be broken so that they can use you more. With the Bible comes power. There's a reason why Hitler was trying to destroy all the Bibles when he took over because he even agreed that Bible gives power, and it does. And even though I think that even the current Bibles, I read the King James version, but I think even Bibles like King James, I think it was still slightly tweaked because King James was still a ruler, and King James still didn't want people opposing authority. So I'm looking into it, trying to find it, going into older versions of the Bible. Uh, Really, it's just as long as it matches God's truth and God's character, then I'm down for it. But I gotta see the proof. Yeah, but no, if you look at it logically, it's the only thing that makes any kind of sense. But sorry, I had to make sure my rent man didn't text me, dude. Of course, hounding me for the money. That's all it is, man. Like that's crazy. Like the system we live in, it's built for us to be able to pay our bills and to eat. That is it. The vast majority of the freaking United States' population, they force everybody into this middle class so that they can just full on just strip you of it all. Like price of living is so much money, but the pay is so bad. Which I mean, some people don't deserve to pay. Like if you're one of the people who sit at work and you think you just deserve money, you're an idiot. You have to put in the effort to get the money. That is how it works. You work. It's called work for a reason. You have to work. But no, the fact that the system has it to where, I mean, I make pretty good money usually. As long as my hours are good. But I mean, I make easily over 400 plus a week. But still, like living on my own and everything else, like it's hard. Like man, pay my bills, but then groceries, boy, like they'll freaking like it costs so much just to eat, especially if you want to eat healthy. Like they wanna force you to eat this crap, and there's a reason for that too, is because they have all this genetically modified stuff inside of them to where your body don't react like it should, your body doesn't function as it should. Same thing with, like, fast food, like, I seen a video, it's talking about the chicken sandwich that came out, Popeyes and Chick-fil-A, and it said that Popeyes has over 40 man-made chemicals in the chicken sandwich, and I think Chick-fil-A has over 50, or maybe it might be 30, 40. Either way, I know Chick-fil-A has 10 more than the Popeye sandwich, and Popeye sandwich has a shit ton. So, it's insane, and they say, like, that's the reason why there was people killing over the Popeyes chicken sandwich. There was people, uh, like that. It's like you get addicted to it, and you do. Like I love Chick-fil-A. I have knowledge of it, and I will still eat it. Like especially working in construction, I eat fast food a lot. Uh, it's usually after work though. We don't take breaks in my line of work, and we don't eat lunch in my line of work because it takes too much time. We get to work, we knock out the day, and then after that, sometimes we eat afterwards. But uh, with that, it's like with fast food and everything, they put all these chemicals that make you addicted to them, and it's putting things in your body that's not good for you. Like there's videos of they'll put out a damn McDonald's burger out in the sun for years and it won't decay. Or, like they pour Coke on it and maggots come out of it. Like it's truly wild the things that's being put in the human body and no one knows. And that's one thing I hope to do too as I get older and gain financial prosperity, God willing, Lord willing, shall I say. Uh then I'm definitely going to filter what I put in my body. Like, especially with me trying to bodybuild, like I wish I had the money to where I could have full course meals and things like that. But at this point, man, like I can barely afford to eat. Some nights, like there's nights where for dinner I'll have like, a box of macaroni or box of or pack of some mashed potatoes or I'll do hamburger. Hamburger mashed potatoes is a big one I eat a lot, but I'm trying to cut down on that because consume a lot of red meat, which I eat the lean hamburger, the ground beef, but still, even last night I had a steak. So, but sometimes I eat well, other times I don't. But it's just the system is built to built to keep you down, built to keep stripping you of your money. Like the fact that you pay taxes on everything you buy and everything you sell, then you have to pay taxes, you know, beginning of the year. Like that's freaking insane. The fact that you're paying all these taxes and you have to pay an arm and leg to get medical help. The roads and the buildings aren't being fixed. Uh, the laws aren't being, refined. The system has not improved at all, but the taxes has. Like, how does that make any kind of sense? And you don't realize, like, people, we have the power. We are the vast majority. If we all get together and agree to stop playing their game, then there's nothing they can do about it. The issue is that everybody wants to keep playing it. And like really we need to get a fresh start when it comes to the government. Like the government has way too much power. Uh it needs to be a lot more state to state. The government needs to be more for big decisions, but the states should have the power and then the states should only be able to answer if the vast majority of the people in that state answer it. But now like they have so many different, Democrats in office. If a Republicans vote comes through, then they can just all agree no, and it doesn't matter. Like that's it, the law stops because the whole House of, the whole Senate and everything like that is all being corrupted. But anyways, my voice is starting to, my throat's starting to hurt from all this damn talking. Kind of tired of playing the game, anyways. So I'm probably gonna call it a game, call it a night, or call it a day, shall I say? Bars. Uh, damn, too bad I went down. I was actually did fairly well, but thanks for your time. If you did stick through this, continue to stick around and watch my videos. Of course, support and love is always appreciated. Any questions or any concerns about certain things in life, feel free to comment. And after a while, if they get to the point where you are commenting heavily, then I will start addressing them through videos, or I'm gonna open up a social media page so that way y'all can contact me privately. But if you have any questions about just life, God, people, feel free to ask. I've learned a lot of knowledge, and love to share it. Thanks for sticking through it. Y'all have a good weekend. God be with you. Peace.